Welcome back. You're still watching Nile Cruise. This week, the country has had a cold weather that most Egyptians have not witnessed in years. The weather limited participation in Muslim Brotherhood protest. Interim President Ali Mansour has called on Egyptian people on Sunday to vote on the referendum on the amended 2012 constitution, which was drafted under the deposed President Mohammed Morsi. Also this week, thousands of mourners at the funeral of a man killed by the Muslim Brotherhood supporters have chanted against the group and called for retribution. The man was stabbed to death on Monday while driving his taxi through a rally in support of the former President Mohammed Morsi in the Nile Delta city of Mansoura. We'll be speaking more about these topics with Dr. Yassin. Lashin is a professor of the public opinion at the Cairo University. Thank you very much for joining us, sir.
It's nice to meet you.
Well, thanks for joining us, Dr. Yassin. And first of all, we'd just like to start, well, there's this massive wave of cold weather in Egypt. Hasn't this distracted the people of the political arena, or are we just as we are? It hasn't done anything?
Well, for sure, the weather has its effect on the people, you know.
Political effect.
Yeah, yeah, well, it had a weather effect, but it turns to a political effect on the people getting out. And I think that the Egyptians have had enough of politics, and to the degree that no weather can prevent them from, acting as citizens and participants of this country in its affairs. Because most Egyptians, as much as I feel now, know that their participation is very important to determine their life, and they have to go and vote wherever it is to vote, and either say yes or say no, and I hope that they will say yes for sure, because this has its impact on their daily life and daily life affairs. So the Egyptians will go, even if the weather on the 14th and 15th of next January will be more cold or colder than now.
Severe, they still have to politically participate.
Yeah, but they will. They will.
So the interim president announced that the holding of the referendum of the constitution is going to be taking place on the 14th and the 15th of January as a phase to decide on the political charter, like you mentioned. Do you expect a huge turnout for this? Remembering that Egypt has passed throughout the past 3 years with significant amount of parliamentary elections, constitutional referendum, presidential elections, Shura Council elections, and so on and so forth. Do you think the turnout and the participation, political participation for Egyptians is going to be high?
You know, what happened on June 30 last year, and what happened on the 3rd and the 4th of July, I think it is an indicator that the Egyptians will, the turnout of the voting on the constitution will be higher than our expectations. I'm expecting it to reach, from 60 to 70% of the voters who are registered in the voting sheets. And I'm expecting also that the vote turnout, which say yes, will be over 70% of the vote. As a professor of public opinion, I have been, touching public opinion.
Have there been polls that have been taking place?
No, we didn't have a chance to have a poll because the constitution just finished. And if we run a poll right now, it will give false indicators because we are still in the process of discussing the constitutions, letting people know what does it contains, their rights, the difference between this constitution and the 2012 constitution and all these affairs. So when the meal is ready, there should be some sort of polls, and these polls will be taken as indicator. For sure, as you said first, the weather will have its effect on the people getting out, because maybe...
it doesn't turn out to be that rainy either.
I hope so. I hope not. I hope not. But I think the turnout will be higher than expectations, because the Egyptians are ready for it. And what happened on, as I said, on the June 30th and July 3, is giving us some strong indicators that they will participate.
And Dr. Yassin, do you think that the Muslim Brotherhood will do anything, any acts to disturb the referendum?
They are doing.
Well,
you know what's happening
I know
at the
they'll be
universities.
continuously doing, but
Yeah,
any further?
Yeah, well, they will not stop because the money of Qatar is still there.
Any major, do you think, action?
No, not major, but some disturbance here and some disturbance there. And, you know, the poverty in the country urge some people to take money and do this role. And although they may not be convinced of the rules they are doing, but we have to expect, we have to be wise enough to expect that there will be some disturbances here and there. But it won't be strong enough to prevent the referendum.
People from actually going
Yes.
around.
So as a professor of public opinion, do you think the public is now as interested as they used to be when it comes to such elections and to political participation, or they are kind of tired of this, you know, significant amount of practices throughout the past 3 years?
Well, I will not answer this question as a professor of public opinion only, but I will add to it as a president of the June 30th political party. I have been in Mansoura for the last 2 weeks, and I witnessed this accident of the taxi driver who were killed. I saw it by my eyes, you know. I have been in villages, small villages. The number of the houses of the village, you can say 50, 60 houses. And the people who were coming in for a meeting, a public meeting, to discuss with them the goals of the political party and calling them to join us, it was not less than 250, in spite of the very severe bad weather and the rainy weather. You know, I was driving my car on places if you got, you know, half a meter here or there, you will fall down. So, and I find not less than 250 in 7 or 8 places, 7 or 8 villages in the Kahliya. This is a governorate, the Kahliya governorate. So it means that the people of Egypt have enough motives to go and participate, to talk, to discuss. And in fact, today at 5 o'clock, I am receiving some delegations from these villages coming to Cairo here. You know, people, when they come from a village, hire a bus, and they come from a village to see the party and to talk and to discuss. I don't mean the party itself, but I mean the meaning, the atmosphere itself. They are coming to discuss because they feel this is an important matter to their life, and to find, you know, an outlet to express their points of view, to express their needs, to express their feelings, to participate in their affairs, to participate in the public affairs. So I'm expecting that, and I believe that the Egyptians have enough motives to participate, and the participation will come as higher as between 65–70%, I think.
Well, Doctor, moving on to the other topic of the protests happening in the Egyptian universities, what, in your opinion, do you think are the reasons behind these continuous protests till now?
I'm a professor at Cairo University, and I am a professor of public opinion at Cairo University, and I have been brought in this university since I was 18 till now, you know. So I have enough ideas about the kind of people who are demonstrating and creating problems at Cairo University, preventing.
Who are they? Can you tell us then?
Well, some of them are from outside the university, and they find
and they're just allowed in. There is
well,
no
they are not allowed in formally, but they find their way to get into the university, and also they have their friends over there. They have some of the people who are working at Cairo University over there, and I know the president of the university personally. And I was expecting the measures to be tough enough to make the educational process continue the right way, because this is the future of Egypt. I believe that the future of Egypt, as a lot of people said, but we have a different view of the future of education in Egypt. Completely different view, completely
Dr.
different
Yassin, we
way.
will just go for a very short break, and we will be right back with you again.
It's okay.
ربنا خلق الدنيا دي لينا، سما وبحور وحور وأرض، وخلق الحب وزرعه فينا علشان نساعد بعض. ربنا خلق الدنيا دي لينا، سما وبحور بحور وأرض، وخلق الحب وزرعه فينا علشان نساعد